So the absolute value is the distance from 0. So, and it's denoted by two straight lines going down like this, right? So this is how the absolute value is denoted. So for example, if we have the absolute value of 4, this is equal to 4 because it's 4 units from 0, because it is 4 units from 0. So if we look at the number line, say here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this 4 over here, it's 4 units from 0. But if we look at negative 4, that is also 4 units from 0. So the absolute value of negative 4 is also plus 4, because we think of absolute value in terms of distance, right? So we think about the distance from 0 when we're talking about absolute value. Okay, so let's look at some more examples. So say, for example, the absolute value of 6, that's just 6, right? So let's call that A, B. The absolute value of, say, negative 7, that's just 7, because negative 7 is 7 units away from 0, right? So, and we could combine things together. So say minus 4 minus 5, that's a grand total of minus 9, but it's 9 units from 0. Let's say there's a negative in front of the absolute value. So it's negative, but the result of the absolute value was plus 8, but a negative times a positive is negative 8. Similarly here, if we have minus, and so we have the minus on the outside, but the absolute value itself becomes plus 12. So with absolute values, it's the sign on the outside that would be the sign of the final answer, okay? All right, so then let's look at, say, if we had it like as a fraction and we wanted to simplify. So we have minus 4 minus absolute value of 2. So first, we'll handle the absolute values. So this just becomes plus 4, but then is minus a plus 2 over plus 2. So this gives us 4 minus 2 over 2. So we get 2 over 2, which is equal to 1. Okay, and then another example here could be minus absolute value of minus 7 plus absolute value of negative 9 over absolute value of negative 3 plus negative 1. So that would just give me minus, remember that absolute value is dictated to what by what's on the outside, so there's a negative on the outside, so that should become negative. And then the absolute value itself became plus 7 plus absolute value of negative 9 is plus 9. All of this over plus 3 plus 1. So that gives me minus 7 plus 9 over 3 plus 1. So this gives me 2 over 4. So this is equal to a half. Okay? All right, so that's basically it. But if you're going on to higher levels of mathematics, let's look at the definition of absolute value. So So let's just look at the definition. So if you see the definition, you won't be thrown off. So the definition of absolute value states that the absolute value of a number A is equal to A itself if A is greater than or equal to 0, or minus A if A is less than 0. Okay, so this is what the definition will say. So let's see how this plays out. So for example, absolute value of 22, well, it's equal to 22 because it follows the first line here. It's A 22 is greater than or equal to 0 because 22 is greater than or equal to 0. It just follows the first line. It's equal to itself, right? But if you have a negation, say minus 11, well, this will equal to 11 because here minus 11 is less than 0, and in this case, following the second command here, it become negative 11, so that is plus 11. Okay, that's it for now, and hope this was educational. Thank you for watching.